Hey everybody, welcome to another Age of Grogu. I've got with me Elijah and Max. We just had Jason and his internet went
He
out, so hey
disappeared. He's
guys,
coming back.
he disappeared. He'll come back when he can. Yeah guys, how's everything? It's
Good.
a quiet news week this week, so after a big one last week. Anything much on your end, guys? Anything interesting and cool that's going on?
Worked this week, went to a concert. That's
Okay,
about it.
What
okay,
concert did you see or go to?
Anthrax, Hatebreed, and Black Label Society.
okay,
Okay.
all
All
right,
right.
And Chuck D came out for Bring the Noise, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
okay, all right.
Nice.
That's cool. That's cool. What about you, Elijah? Anything much?
Staying at home,
Hmm.
catching up on TV shows,
Okay,
catching up on stuff.
yep, fair enough. That's cool.
Working on my
Yeah.
models, trying to
Oh,
continue on that.
that's cool.
And
Yeah, it's been somewhat quiet works wise, so I've been doing a few little projects at home, but nothing big this past week or so. Just catching up on some TV stuff and everything too. I figured we can start this off a bit of sad news in the media this morning. It seems that actress Nichelle Nichols
no.
has passed away
No.
this
Good
morning,
tempo,
which
or
she was 89, so she had definitely a good long spring there, that's for sure.
Lot.
But
She did a lot. She did a lot for
she did
television.
a lot for
A lot for
television,
television. A
a
lot
lot
just
for the
in
black
general for
people. Yeah,
being who
yeah,
she is.
yeah,
Being who she is. She's had a,
yeah.
she's done a lot in her life.
Oh
So
yeah. I mean, first interracial on-screen kiss, supposedly. I believe there's other links in there, but
I think televised.
televised, yeah,
televised, yeah.
televised one. That was a huge moment in the late '60s, and yeah, one of those moments of hey, Black Loki, yeah, I know, R.I.P., rest in peace to rest in power to Nichelle Nichols. Yeah, I
I
mean,
saw her
she's
recently too,
oh
a couple
really?
months ago. Yeah,
Really? Wow, whereabouts? What was
because we live
happening?
out here. You run into celebrities every once in a
Hmm.
while. But I was
Yeah,
at the Michaels up on Ventura Boulevard,
right.
and I was leaving, and she's
Yeah.
coming up the elevator. She's wearing a mask, but the hair and her eyes. I mean, like
Uh,
little frame. I knew
oh
it was
wow.
Michelle Nichols. I'm like,
Uh,
my eyes got real big, and she looked at me like real. I just waved, and she waved back
yeah.
at me. But that was
Uh,
maybe 5 6 months ago.
wow.
So
Okay. I mean, so she was riding up elevators and moving around. I know she was wheelchair ridden for a while there,
hmm.
but she obviously had her own terms and everything like that. And I think she's such a
Is
favored,
there any report?
iconic
Was it
person.
like peacefully, like in her sleep? Hopefully, like she's
I
one of
don't
those
know. I think
people
it's
just like
too early. I literally just got home just before we went online,
hmm,
and
I didn't see
literally
that.
saw this news. I was like, suddenly, oh man, it sucks. I mean, the only two that are left now is wait, two or three? It's three. I'm sorry. Is William Shatner,
George
George
Takei.
Takei,
Great.
and mental block on his name. Um, Chekhov.
Is he
Uh,
still around?
yeah, he's still
The
around. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Oh, why have I forgotten his name? Um, 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 um. Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways, yeah,
check off.
yeah. But yeah, um, yeah. That's kind of sad news. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's sad.
again, I'm sure there'll be a lot of yeah. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people,
Good life. They'll
reaching
be
out
talking
and
about her in the next day or two.
oh,
I'm sure
absolutely,
everyone
yeah,
you're in, the next
yeah.
whatever, in the next couple hours,
No,
hear
yeah,
about a lot of
totally.
them
No, we'll
in the
I'll
news
sort it
tomorrow.
out for sure.
They'll have the retrospects on the news.
Yeah,
Good Morning America will be like, we lost her, and
yeah,
they'll go over all the
yeah.
information.
Yeah, I don't watch those shows anymore.
I'm just saying
Um,
that
yeah.
it will happen.
So on the slightly brighter things, Knives Out is got a timeline of 2 hours and 19 minutes long. I still don't know when this drops exactly. I think it's supposed to be connected with Netflix, right, or something like that. So
Prime, Amazon
Prime, that's
Prime.
it, Amazon Prime. So hopefully we'll get more details about that soon enough. But I'm excited. I mean, I enjoyed the first one. I thought it was a great film.
I had the weirdest problem with the first one where I really
Really?
wanted a good who done it throughout the whole movie,
Right?
and that was the one thing the movie didn't give us, where it kind of doesn't
Really?
really exactly give you a who
Yeah.
done it, and more it kind of tells you who did it the whole time.
Yeah.
So
Fair
that was my
enough.
only gripe with the movie, but rewatching it, I loved it.
Oh yeah, it's a great array of characters and casts. So I doubt this one has, with the exception of with Daniel Craig, it doesn't look like too many.
It's a whole
original-
new cast
Yeah,
of
whole new cast, pretty
characters
much.
except Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
He's
I'm already saying
yeah.
Kate Hudson did it. It's definitely Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson? Nah, it's gonna be Dave
For
Bautista.
sure.
No, wait, Dave Bautista.
No, he's going to be the nice guy. He's going to be the
Too
one
obvious.
everyone thinks
He's
did
gonna be
it.
the nice
He's
guy.
like,
He-
no, man. Why
yeah.
did everyone think I did it?
Just 'cause he's huge and muscular and like,
He'll be the one who dies.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He'll die on camera. Yeah. Who knows? Either way, I mean, I'm still
Or
excited
Catherine
to see that.
Hahn. She's a great villain.
Yeah. And other stuff I saw this week. This is kind of interesting. Over in Breaking Bad, over in
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yes, the actors were Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul has been given a statue from Breaking Bad, which is kind of funny. You've got this whole iconic element
about making drugs and big drug runners.
drugs, big drug runners and everything like that.
In the desert where people actually do it, and they're like,
that's
I'm
it.
gonna give you a
I know.
statue.
Yeah.
A little bit
I'm
bad
gonna be the
taste.
most famous meth dealer in the.
I wouldn't call it
Someone
bad
to look
taste.
up to.
It was
funny.
weird taste. It was just like it's weird. It's weird, but it's kind of cool at the same time. It's like I don't know. Bronze statues creep me out sometimes, so it's like it is kind of
bronze
weird.
statues creep you out.
Yeah, bronze statues creep me out. Yeah,
Only
they
bronze?
do. Only bronze. Bronze statues do creep me out. It's
Oh my
something.
gosh! I
They were
need to start writing a
carbonite?
list of things
I don't
that
know. Yeah,
that
what?
you have problems with.
Hello there,
Bronze
Jake
statue's
Lockley.
the new one.
Yeah, okay. It's Anchorman again, I'm guessing. But yeah, what can I say? I don't know. I mean, they're coming to the end of the last season of Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
I am going to catch up with that series at some point.
Same. I keep saying that.
I keep saying that. I will. I mean, I caught up with another series that Jason's. It's a pity Jason's internet's down because he'd be hounding me to say that. I ended up by checking out this Arcane finally. It's been out for about a year or so, but I sat through all 9 episodes over the last couple of days, and really, really, really enjoyed it. Hey, look, wait, there you are. Hey,
Yeah.
Jason,
There he's back.
and hey, Liam. How you doing, Liam?
Internet finally came back on.
Yep, that's good. Cool.
What did I miss?
What did you
When we
miss?
talked about Arcane, you missed it.
what's that?
I said we talked about
We're
Not
just
quite.
going
We're
into
talking about.
saying
I finally, after Jason pushing me for a year and a half, we only just started, Jason. We only just started. I just literally watched all 9 episodes over the last couple of days.
It's good, right?
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, it had a
man.
very solid story. It had some great visuals, and I know it's an old series,
characters.
but I had to look straight after.
Oh, it's
like,
only a
are
year
they
old.
Yeah, are they making season 2? And it seems like season 2 is coming out.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
we might have to do
It's-
some
Yeah.
watching on that one when it comes
Oh
out.
hell yeah, dude! Oh yeah, I'm so glad you watched it. Oh
Yeah.
See, yeah, now you understand why I wanted you to watch it. It's just
No,
good
no,
stuff.
it was a good one.
know?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Animation's great.
sometimes you
Story,
recommend stuff that is a miss
world
for me. This is a hit.
building.
Yeah, it was a great world building.
Yeah. Wait, what's a miss that I've?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what is it?
What's that?
This is that good taste.
I couldn't
Like,
get
what's
into
a miss?
Cowboy Bebop. I simply couldn't get into. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
when it
you're
comes
not a
to
fan of
animation.
anime anyway, so.
right. No, I'm not a
So
fan of
that's
that.
like a-
But this was a very different style. I mean, you were right. This leads onto that element of Spider-Verse kind of different animation, something that we haven't really seen before. And there was some cool stuff in there that was just design-wise that was just
yeah,
incredible. I
it's
found myself,
solid.
it's
Airtight.
yeah,
That series. It's crazy.
yeah, and some beautiful camera movement throughout the whole show too. Where was that
It's
series
one
shot?
of the.
Was that an American program?
Yeah,
or-
that's here.
Was-
That's
yeah.
what's it called? Riot? Is it Riot Games?
Right, games. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's what I.
right?
I've a friend. I know people who work for them. I have a friend
Gotcha.
who works for them,
It-
and I keep asking him. I was like, "What are you gonna do next Arcane?" He's like, I work in the programming department,
Yeah.
dude. I don't know. It's like,
So it seems like there is a lot of what's it called when they hook up the actor to all the dots.
oh, the motion cap.
Motion capture. It seemed like it was motion capture for the most part.
Combination of both. You know,
Yeah.
you used it to like just to gather like the overall movement, and then you dial in later. You know, like,
Right. Yeah.
it's like it's like rotoing, but like with stylizing too. Like there's a
Yeah.
good combination of like 2D and 3D graphics,
Yeah.
and it's one of those things like Spider-Verse. No matter where you pause it,
Yeah.
every frame is dialed in.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
no matter
Oh, yeah.
what, there's no
Yeah.
weird frames in
No.
between.
you're
Everything,
right.
every frame is a painting.
Gorgeous. Yeah, it's incredible.
It's
And,
insane when you have that much focus and on it. But
Yeah.
it's the world building and the storytelling is just perfect.
Yeah,
the
it was
character development. And,
it held my attention, and for an animation show to hold my attention for every episode is very rare. Sometimes you get occasional episodes that will linger off, but everyone had such.
This is a masterclass on how to do a good Yoda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if Yoda fell out of the Senate that way, is like that would be a good proper character arc for his character, because with all the power that he holds, he was still being able to be pushed out somehow, you know, like bureaucratically. And I feel like instead of Yoda just fighting Palpatine and giving up, like this would have been a good way for him to have to go into exile.
Yeah.
And then like they did it perfectly with this character. So that would have been so cool if they did Yoda that way, the way they did. What's his name? You know the guy I'm talking about, right?
Yes, the little
The little magic man.
Liam mentions here mocap is a seriously underrated way of filming. It really, I mean, it is. It's the technology is just getting more.
Dude, everyone
and more
uses
better.
it.
Everyone's using it, but it does improve. I mean, if you look at the early days of, say, the animated film Tintin that Steven Spielberg directed, if you ever saw that, it was cool back then to see the idea of motion capture, because I saw some behind the scenes. Where they're on the stage and they working with wire cages and everything like that, but it's really getting to be incredible these days.
I think it's like pretty much the main thing they use nowadays. Remember Drew worked for Technicolor when they were doing all the AR and motion capture, and that was like the big
friend
think
of
tank
Jason's
for all
and
that.
mine. That's
and,
cool.
They did like all types of stuff, and they were just like having people coming in and out, and just doing all types. So you could do like real time rendering too these days. Also, kind of like I mean that's how they did like Endgame and stuff like that, where you don't have to wait for the processing. You can get like a real time puppet of that character already, like what do you call it when you add all the joints and stuff? Armatured or whatever.
Prefabricated in the computer.
Rigged, character rigged.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Speaking of that, I'm starting to use Blender, guys.
Oh, cool. All right. Okay.
I did it.
Yeah.
I made the donut. Well, I didn't do the sprinkles yet, but I did like the icing and the rendering so far.
Right. We should jump online and do that together then. For sure.
I'm on my way to make an Arcane, guys.
Okay. Well,
one down at a time.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Elijah? You've been awfully quiet. I don't think you've watched it yet.
I haven't watched it. I haven't been paying for Netflix. But I do. I guess I canceled my Hulu, so I'll probably pick up Netflix for Sandman, and I'll watch it then.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, they're 45 minutes an episode. They're not too bad, so you can easily sit through them. And,
when they released them, they did like 3 at a time when they released.
Yeah.
Which is a good. I like that.
I just don't have. I want to watch it. I just don't have access to Netflix at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. And apart from that, I mean, it was a pretty top-notch animated film. Speaking of animated films, this one's leading the box office right now, which is kind of, I don't know, scaring me out a little bit, but it just came up over the
It's the only thing that's out right now. It's
I mean, actually,
Nope is out. It's going up against Nope.
Oh yeah,
it's going up against Nope,
but like
which I did see last week.
Parents are going to see Nope, and the kids are going to go see Super.
Yeah. But
I mean, I want to see it. I'm not going to see it tonight.
Really?
It's a Rock and Kevin Hart movie, right?
Unfortunately, that's those are the leading teams, but
Yeah.
You also got who else is in there? Keanu Reeves and Jim from The Office.
It's got a good cast, good voice cast.
I think we just keep calling him Jim from The Office.
Yeah.
Well, his name is John Krasinski. I know it's John Krasinski. If I say John Krasinski, no one's gonna know John Krasinski. So I say Jim from The Office. They're like, yeah, I know Jim.
Yeah, Brent, do you know who you're talking about when they say Jim from The Office?
Vaguely, yes. I mean, I've never really.
It works on everyone.
Didn't really.
Yeah,
get
right.
into
If it
The
works
Office,
on
but
Brent,
yeah.
he's like the canary in the mine shaft. For
What?
like, wow.
I have no idea what that is.
It?
I have no idea what that is. The canary in the mine
head,
shaft.
see,
Okay.
Case in point. See,
Okay,
like,
there you go.
if Brent hears about it, it's like, wow, it's reaching all.
Yeah. Well, either way,
of the world.
up until
Or
last
he's
week.
picked up on it for a certain reason because
Yeah. Well, up until last week, the leading animated film was Minions: Age
raining.
of Gru. What?
it's raining.
It's raining at your end?
It's raining
Wow.
by me.
It's like Hawaii right now.
Wow.
out
Yeah,
here.
it's very
It,
humid.
it might
yeah.
it might rain by you, Jason.
Yeah.
I can smell
It's
it. I
making
can hear
its
it
way.
coming.
But anyway, see, I know this. I know this one. Liam says here that Jim from The Office is his Martin Freeman. So
Yes, because you're British.
The British.
You get it.
But didn't he have a
British-
different name in that show? Wasn't he not
the British
Jim?
Office we are talking about. For anyone who doesn't know.
Wasn't he something else?
Yeah, what was his name in the show? Was it Jim?
I
wasn't
never watched
Jim.
either one.
I watched the British one. That was the.
I'm sure
I
Liam
watched
will
that
be able
one
to tell us.
first.
They didn't have a
But
Jim
like
and
the-
Pam, the names
Right.
were different.
But the
yeah.
Dwight character had a different name.
Oh,
He's
really?
like one of the pirate. You might know him from Pirates of the Caribbean, Brent.
Yeah.
He's the guy with the wooden eye.
Oh, okay. All right.
He played the Dwight in the British Office.
All right. Yeah. Liam
He was-
says
Dwight was kind
different
of
name,
better
same
in the
character.
show.
Okay,
Alright.
Oh, was Jim Halpert?
I'm not sure.
Jim
Anyway.
Halpert. It's Jim Halpert in I don't know,
Right.
but I know Martin Freeman played her, and then
Gareth was his name, yeah. In
What's-
the Dwight.
and the Pam, she was in
Okay, yeah,
Shaun of the
Gareth.
Dead. Gareth, yeah.
Okay.
But Pam, she's in Shaun of the Dead. She plays what her like
The
Simon
the
Pegg's girlfriend's
Yeah.
like
friend.
friend. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
she's the Pam.
Fair enough. Yeah. What else was out there? Oh yeah. This was interesting. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once crossed the 100 million global worldwide, which is kind
Wow.
of cool for a small independent film.
it's
And it's A24's first movie to hit 100 million.
Wow.
It's out on
I guess
Blu-ray now over
A24
here and
counts
stuff.
as independent, huh?
They
What's that?
still do, even though they were valued at like $1 billion or something like that.
Right?
Oh really?
That's what's weird about this. It's like, all right,
Huh.
what do we consider independent these days?
That's what I was talking about
Because,
with my dad. I was like, are they really
Interesting. I
independent?
didn't know that.
it's more of a brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
The-
more calling it it's in the independent world, but not.
But
in its money.
it's a brand and a style that comes from independent film.
Yeah.
You know,
Gotcha.
like some people consider
right.
like Kubrick films like, oh, is this kind of independent film? It's like, no, they're not.
Right.
Yeah.
Barry Lyndon cost tons of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, either way, if you haven't seen the movie, it's worth checking out because it's still one of my favorite films in like 10 years. Just fresh movie. So
There was a meme. Did you guys see that video? Like, kind of joking on A24 films. It's like, let's it's like, we're gonna do a film. It's gonna be very confusing. It's gonna require people to have to go online on different types of media to try to understand it. And as they're saying this, they're like starting lines. It's like, that's
really?
genius. It's
They
fun.
really
They
do
go
such
really
a
in
hold
depth.
over media right now. They do so much TV, like Euphoria and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's
It's all like the contemporary cutting edge stuff,
right,
and which is slowly becoming pop or like, you know, popular
right.
stuff. But it started in the indie film kind of
Yeah.
aesthetic. You know, it started out
Yeah.
as experimental as people are starting
Yeah.
to embrace that style. Now we have
Yeah.
these euphorias, which are like, it's intense, but it's like, it's the pop culture now, you know?
Right.
So does that no longer mean it's independent film? But
Yeah.
I think these days we just look at independent film as more of a style
Yeah.
than the actual
Yeah.
cost of the film.
Right.
You know
Or
what
even
I
the
mean?
company
makes
making
sense.
it.
The company A24. Every
Yeah.
A24 is an independent
Independent
film,
movie.
right?
Yeah.
I think my dad was trying to explain. He was like, "Well, it's independently owned. It's not like." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but
It's like early Miramax movies. They're all
Yeah.
independent movies that they bought, and then like all.
And
these all
then
independent
they're not
movies made by
genre
Miramax.
films as well. They're not ones that necessarily have the build
Yeah, but
into
it's
a
like
sequel in genre.
it's like a larger genre of like
Right.
independent. You know, there's independent horror. It's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
lumped in that blanket term of independent.
oh, they
film.
kill it on the independent horror.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't Midsommar.
Midsummer, yeah.
A24 and Mandy, right? Was Mandy?
Maybe they do a lot of horror movies. Well,
Okay.
decent amount.
Mandy, you should check out Mandy if you
They
haven't
did
ever seen
Uncut
that.
Gems, which like got nominated for a bunch of Oscars.
That movie stresses me out.
Yeah.
Oh man, just thinking about that movie, I'm just like on stress. We could thank that movie for Julia Fox.
Okay.
And why she's
Should
relevant.
we thank that movie for Julia Fox?
We could thank that movie for that girl. Jones.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Do you
That's
guys
right.
have any idea what we're talking about?
I don't know anything about no.
No. That's cool. Keep on. That's cool though. It's a quiet day. It's always fun to kind of delve off into other things from that. I did see that Stagecraft got which is no real surprise, but Engineering, Science and Technology Emmy winner. They're obviously starting to announce some of their technological winners and stuff like that, which
What
is
is
kind
the
of cool.
Stagecraft?
Stagecraft, that's the volume.
That's
Recognizes the ILM Stagecraft recognizes one of the winners for the latest achievements, enable real-time LED lighting and video camera effects. I mean, there's no real surprise there that it was, but it was.
Do you
kinda
think
cool.
there were...
I think Jason's internet's a bit dodgy.
Oh.
we might have lost Jason. We might have lost Jason.
The internet.
Yep.
Okay. Well.
Jason's internet. Well, in that mid thought of Jason, we'll get.
Yeah,
it back.
you look at him pondering.
Yeah, that's it. Yes. Yeah, I feel like I wish I had a drawing and a pencil
We need to
marker.
save that image.
I could actually
put,
mark.
like, a thought bubble
I could
in it.
actually just marker over his face or something like that. It's like
Yeah.
big question marks or something. Like doot. Anyway.
All right.
All right. So we lost Jason for a bit. We'll get him back, I'm sure.
There he goes.
There he goes. Okay. Other stuff, by the way, guys. Andor is out in 1 month today. So August 31st, a month today, is Andor. I'm excited for that one. God damn that. Yep. Down.
And I guess I need
countdown
to watch Rogue One.
Andor.
Been a while since I watched it.
Possibly. I mean, I rewatched it at the theaters a couple of months ago when they brought it back in. So
I'll probably give it a watch, I guess.
yeah, I'd actually, you know what? After a few times of watching, I finally kind of like really got into it this past time I rewatched it.
I think it was the best of all of the new Star. I think I liked it the best of all the Star Wars movies. Of all
still got to go with
all the new ones.
All the new ones, all the Disney films. Yeah,
all the Disney films. I think it's the best.
Yeah, Max, where does Andor rate for you on the?
Just behind Solo. I think it was probably the second best behind
See,
Solo.
I like Solo the best too out of all the new
Really?
Disney films. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, Solo did a lot of interesting things. It
Yeah.
had the whole train sequence. I like Chira and Crimson Dawn.
Yeah.
I thought it had a good villain.
Huh.
Han Solo's origins are
I
kind of
think just the
whatever.
pushing of the Han Solo not being, it just was like not working for me.
Yeah, no, that's definitely kind of just.
It just wasn't going to work in my head. But
Yeah.
the story before the execution, you know, to get the plans,
Yeah.
I thought that was brilliant, and it would totally felt in the world of Star Wars. And you didn't have to worry about Luke Skywalker. You didn't have to worry about any of that stuff. It's just like you got to see Star Wars from a different like vantage point. And I thought, I think that's why that worked great. And it seemed like less. The director probably got less harassed because it's not like a saga movie. It's not in the timeline. I bet there was more freedom to kind of get that one.
To a certain degree, but but Lucasfilm came in and chopped up a whole pile of it quite a bit.
I'm
We saw totally different trailers.
I'm sure, but I'm just saying, like, in the base of filming and acting and all that stuff, it's like, story.
My biggest thing for Andor was that I just didn't get emotionally attached to the characters. I meant, I'm going to go back through it again and say, you know, what do we remember? What do we remember at the end of that film when we walked out of the theater?
You know they're all going to die going into the movie.
Yeah, but
going into the movie, you know everyone's going to die.
Right, but what does people remember when they walk out of that film? The last 3 or 4 minutes with Darth Vader. And it's like it took away. It took away
That's
from.
Not what I remember of that movie.
People! That was the hype. That's everybody.
That's
was
not
walking
what my high pickouts of the movie.
Okay, fair enough. Everybody's
I really like the opening. I like the whole like the you know him coming to collect the family and she's got to run away and like I liked all that separation between father and daughter.
Right.
I mean that's what I that's what the movie is to me. Like,
Right.
you know.
Well,
I like the Vader
I don't know.
scene,
I
the
don't. I mean,
Vader
I
sequences.
barely think about the ending of that movie. It's like
Yeah.
that's like the last. Maybe that's a big action thing. But like,
I did.
Cool. The Battle of Scarif was great.
Yeah.
That and
Yeah.
the Vader scene.
I wish we got the time to really know more about the characters, especially the side characters more. And I guess the good thing about this series is we're going to get to learn all about who Cassian Andor is, from his younger age and all that. And the fact that this series is going to be picking up the first season, the first 12 episodes are supposed to be like 5 years before A New Hope, and then the next 7 episodes come in, or the next seasons come in, 2 or 3 episodes per, each a year later from each other, right up to the point to just before, Rogue One came out.
Yeah.
So we'll get to see a development of this story and a real setup of this character, and hopefully some of the side characters. I don't know if we're going to see any of the other side characters, but it'd be nice to see.
I don't think we'll see. What's his name? Ip Man.
Donnie
Donnie-
Yang's character. Is it Donnie?
Yeah. Donnie something. I can't remember his last name.
Yeah,
I don't think we'll
Yang,
see him at all.
The blind guy.
Yeah, the
which
blind
is
guy.
a pity because I want to know his story most of all. I'm invested. Yeah,
him and his buddy, that they ran with.
They were cool.
I would like to see a whole story on Jeddah.
On DVD. I should get that. I should get that. I don't own it, but
I just thought him walking through all that fire was just like the incoming blasters that was a great shot.
Yeah. But I mean, was that moment a moment he's been searching for all his life? And that's where it's like I want to know his backstory more. I want to know all the backstories much better. So whether Andor leads off to this offspring of other
I can see him in
backstories,
Star Wars
we don't know.
Visions, actually. That'd be cool. Like a Star Wars Visions little short story about his origins.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'd like to know more about it than just a short story too. I mean, I'd rather see it if he pops up in the Bad Batch or something like that. I'd be happy to, as an animated character, just to see some of these other characters, because that's the next thing that's coming in. Is the Bad Batch has got a I don't know if these are official release dates, but people tend to be pointing towards the fact that the first 16 episodes are going to go right through to January 2023. Of course, we get our first episode September 28th.
I want to see how they weave in Boba Fett's technically biological sister into this universe more.
Yeah, me too.
Because they've done. The first season was so good, but she barely met anyone that wasn't introduced in the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. And I really would like to see how she fits in with that extended lore.
Oh yeah, I'm just more excited. I'm more as excited to see what Luma Say ends up by.
Oh yeah,
getting caught. She's put on Mount Tennis at the end of the series, of the season, I should say, and that's a complete introduction as to Grand Admiral Thrawn in the novels of the original Timothy Zahn's novels of Dark Force Riding, Heir to the Empire, and Last Command, and that was a big thing about the Emperor's secret base where he had all of these experimentations going on, and that was way back from building 1990s
in tubes.
Well, I mean, no, this comes before Snoke and all the idea of that. The idea that within at least in the expanded universe, Timothy Zahn wrote this story that dealt with Han, Luke, and Leia 5 years after the Return of the Jedi, and there was this whole thing about how Grand Admiral Thrawn, came in and took control of the remaining fleet, and then you start to discover there's all these other backstories about Palpatine's, secret, hidden, planet where he's been keeping all these secrets and all of his different, artifacts and all that.
Right.
And so we're going to see a little bit more of that into the Bad Batch season 2, which I'm most excited to see. So Elijah's
I know you're excited. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you, man. I know you're excited.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, either way, I'm sure Max and I will watch the episodes and do breakdowns of the episodes. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be cool. They took some really big swings last season, and it's hard to top what they did with Camino.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't know how you top that. Like,
it was it was. I mean, the story had to be done. That whole thing had to be dealt with. And why is Camino? Why is the cloning facilities doesn't exist in the future and the of the Star Wars universe? And they dealt with that story quite beautifully. Sad and powerful, but beautiful.
Yeah, but now it's like, how do you do an arc bigger that ends with a bigger swing than the destruction of Camino? Like,
that's why I feel like
kind of can't.
Yeah, that's why I feel like the Mount Tannis project is going to be a big part of the story that's going forward. I mean, I don't know. They're probably not going to jump into it straight away, I'm guessing. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just excited to see more of those characters. I want to see where those characters go to. We know that Cad Bane is connected in season 1 there, so we've got potential seeing Cad Bane coming back. Obviously, we get to see we may get to see the story between Boba Fett and Cad Bane going on around the Bad Batch at the same time too.
Maybe even Fennec Shan's gonna be back.
Fennec Shan will probably be back. I mean, she's already connected with these characters, so I don't know. I mean, I'm excited for either way. So. And the other show that drops this week, which I'm sure we'll do a breakdown to, the summer Lego Vacation.
When does that come out?
It comes out this Friday, so Thursday night. I don't know if we'll do a midnight or we'll do a Friday morning reaction, but I think we'll sit down if we're free on Friday and do a reaction and then drop the reaction video to it. I mean, we did one for the Halloween, the whole Halloween one, which was kind of fun and silly and stupid. Was it Halloween? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. What was it? It was the holiday special. Wait, I can't remember which came first. Whatever. It was still fun. I mean,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I have to admit, I do enjoy the Lego Star Wars stuff. I think they have a fun quirkiness.
It's innocent and it's fun. And
yeah, that's it. And they don't mind taking the piss out of Star Wars once in a while too. Anyway. Yeah, Anchorman heard Lego and his ears pricked up, so it's like, yeah. Anyway, there's that. It's a pity that Jason's not around, because I was going to say, our next step was going to jump into the Industrial Light and Magic. We haven't quite finished all the episodes, but we've been doing reactions to them. We're going to pick up on the last 3 episodes, but so far the first 3 episodes that we've watched, from purely a filmmaking perspective, if you are a filmmaker or interested in filmmaking and the process of what and how every movie that is out there of this day and age has got to this stage, this series is incredible. This nails in the coffin about who these people were that created every present day movie.
It gives everybody credit, all the original creators, and clearly visually shows how some of the stuff came together and invented techniques and tricks and one thing leads to another. Hiring the right people, finding the right people. It's kind of a crazy story.
I did like the Freemaker Adventures. I thought that was probably the best Lego animation they've done story-wise. Anyway, Max, what are your thoughts so far on what we've watched with ILM?
I think it's been great. It's been a really cool experience watching that. I love seeing all the early designs of the stuff that they were showing up. I know I've seen a lot of that before, but I don't think I've ever seen some of the footage of them building a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of footage, archival footage that I've never seen before, and I've seen quite a bit over the years.
When they were building the trenches, that was cool to see.
Yeah, I've seen photos of all that stuff and everything, but one thing I hadn't seen was when they did the other camera shot of showing the camera passing by the AT-AT walkers and swooping.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
I mean, I've seen them animating that scene, but I've never actually seen the camera shooting the footage of them animating that scene, and I thought that was just incredible just to see that. Again, it's like, that was the kind of stuff I used to do in high school. I used to sit there and we were given some Super 8 film and said we can play around. Part of our media studies course was how to animate little characters and stuff like that and making claymation characters. And if you've never done it before and you're interested in that sort of stuff, it's really worth doing. It's just to understand the techniques of all that. It's quite incredible. It's a lot of fun, challenging too, and sometimes boring, but like boring in the sense of tediously boring. It's more tedious than boring, actually. In fact, it's totally tedious.
Totally tedious. It's not boring. It's just tedious.
It's not an exciting afternoon.
It's a time consuming. Your hours will zip on by as you are very slowly moving a character one frame at a time.
I had a claymation project almost break me in middle school.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, it would be really fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna have like 3 people try and fight each other. I don't know why I wanted 3, but it made it just awful. It was awful. It was terrible. It was a nightmare.
Toys ringing around over there, just like
And
a lot of times it was like what camera you're using, and if it doesn't have that animation feature where you're like trying to get one frame, like a click, it's like nearly impossible, especially like on old VHS stuff.
Yeah, the one thing that I found really fascinating too, who was it who was saying it? I think it was with the doing when they were animating the AT-AT walkers frame at a time, that they literally just had to go with their gut instinct about how far out they're going to pull something and move a leg and move a portion and hope they don't mess it up. Because if you move something too fast or too quickly in a movement, it'll jerk the whole movement of the final footage when it's played back. So it's just one of those things. So okay, so Jason's got outage in his area, so yeah, he won't be back on till like 3:30. So all right, so we won't have Jason back for the rest of the day. That's cool. We can keep on conversationing without Jason. All right. So yeah. But anyway, I thought the ILM series is great. I can't wait to finish the last of the episodes, which we'll get to during.
Yeah, I already had to watch some of those. I couldn't wait any longer.
Yeah. Well,
there was one. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but they do in like the next episode that you'll watch. They do like a really good breakdown of the imploding house from Poltergeist.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that's
and I'm like, oh my god, it's such a cool rig. How they did that. It's like I just want to go back and rewatch that.
I've read all about that rig too. They have a vacuum underneath.
Yeah. Well, they had
suck everything into the vacuum.
Yeah, they show footage and everything. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Totally. And then so we'll pick up on that during the week. It's definitely something. I mean, we've been doing a reaction to it just because it's so emotionally connected to our childhood, I think, of how we saw things and created things back of that time period. So, yeah, guys. So, what was the other thing that popped up? Actually, I mean, for the most part, I mean, that's really been all the most of the news for that stuff there. I mean, the other thing that they dropped
Batfleck coming back.
Oh yeah, the Batfleck. Oh yes. I don't know if anyone ever saw this, but Jason Momoa was on the backlot of Warner Brothers and ended up
accidentally revealing it on camera. It's promotion. It's publicity. It's
I don't know if he
avoiding the negative comments about Amber Heard and Ezra Miller, but it's good to see him back.
We never actually saw the footage though. It seemed like he and Ben Affleck walked out of the door.
No,
at the same time, or we opened the door on Ben Affleck, and there was a tour bus that went through the exact moment taking photos.
It's a pretty staged video. He's outside like the Friends set. I don't know if you've ever been to Warner Brothers, but he's outside the Friends set. There's like a tour bus parked there.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa is filming all these tour guides. Okay. Then he walks into a room and Ben Affleck's there, and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And he's dressed in the Bruce Wayne all black suit.
Oh, really?
With his hair like Bruce Wayne.
Okay. Is that what happened behind the scenes?
Yeah. Then he posted it publicly on his Instagram to hype it up. It's just, I think it's just a publicity stunt.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
I think it's definitely a great idea to get rid of the negative comments about Ezra Miller and Amber.
Yeah.
Heard.
Oh yeah, they need something for people to talk about other than Ezra Miller.
And
Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely doubt he's going to show up as Batman.
I want Amber Heard and Ezra Miller to like hook up and make like some sort of like
just the worst.
No, I don't want to. No, I just don't want them. I don't want them to ever. I don't want them ever to work again. Both of them should just never work again.
They should play the Wonder Twins.
Oh my god! That's the idea.
Oh, good God, that's funny. Wow.
Form of abusers.
Ouch. Yeah, no, I think this should just never work again. But yeah, oh yeah. I mean, that was a fun little piece as well that dropped during the week. But the only other thing I can think of that was really cool this week was Hot Toys dropped another figure. They keep doing that every week, and they keep on dropping stuff even after like Comic Con and all
stop.
that. I know I can't afford this, but
Yeah.
right now it's like they're
Read his
releasing
lightsaber.
a limited Darth Vader from Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Oh,
And
man.
you can see here on the left, they've got the slashed up one.
Oh my god, I need the slashed up one.
Yeah, but look at the face. Look how cool that is. I mean,
This
seriously.
is causing
Probably buy the head
It
of
is
each
really
attached
cool.
to a different
This is
figure.
causing some men's divorces with their wives.
Oh, for sure.
Spending so much money on this garbage.
Oh.
I can't believe you bought another one of those stupid toys.
But it seems like they're also
Like, this is our car payment. It's like this one's ass is scratched.
they're teasing the Inquisitor, the Grand Inquisitor, which is kind of cool. So that figure will be out sometime soon. They tend to do that now. They tend to do these displays, and they'll kind of tease a future character that they're already made, and they're going to be dropping soon.
That's cool, yeah.
But it's cool. It's got like several. It's probably the most detailed, intricate version of the Vader parts.
Yeah, and then the next one will
for the
be even
figure.
more detailed. And the next one you'll be able to
Possibly.
push the buttons.
Well,
And the next one you'll be able to take off a suit and put it on yourself.
you can actually turn Vader's eye in this one apparently.
Oh, great.
So it's like
Move his eyeball. And
you can move his eyeball and it'd be like really creepy kind of thing. But
No, I think Elijah's right. I
creepy,
think
yeah.
it's gonna be like American Girl dolls, where you buy the figure and it comes with the costume.
Yeah.
yeah, no, they're about the same price as American Girl dolls, aren't they? I mean, they're pretty expensive.
I think American Girl dolls might be a little cheaper, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Whatever.
Yeah.
But the quality and detail of these are great.
Yeah, but do you get the backstory and the little bio?
Yeah.
You get the backstory in the TV show and the episodes that you watch.
Yeah, but it doesn't come with the matching beret.
No, but it does come with the matching removable broken slashed helmet and the actual full helmet and the additional lightsabers. Oh, it comes with additional cool things. Either way, I'm holding off on this one right now, but I also know that Sideshow are putting this up as a limited release, which means if you don't sign up for it during a period of time, it means you miss out. And part of me is like, I can't do that right now. I cannot. I want to.
I think the
but I
heads will
can't.
probably pop up on eBay and people will just be selling the heads because the rest of the figure
I
is so
have no
similar.
idea. Yeah, I have no idea. So yeah, guys, I mean, nothing else to really talk about. So I was just going to say, do we want to kind of backtrack through anything we want to talk about from last week, from the Marvel drops and stuff like that? I meant, we kind of, whoop, where did that one go to?
But so we've seen all of those, well, besides Wakanda Forever, but yeah.
Yeah. This one, for some reason, my Phase 4 image disappeared. I can't pull it up. Oh, well, okay. Well, Phase 4, we're just about through it. So, Phase 5, yeah, I meant, really, it's what are you guys most excited for coming out?
Daredevil.
Daredevil?
Or Thunderbolt.
Daredevil? That's what you're most excited for? I guess Guardians 3 is going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Loki Season 2 will probably be cool.
Yeah.
Captain America New World Order just sounds like, what will that be?
Oh,
I have a theory. I actually brought this up.
Yeah.
This is what I think New World Order is going to be.
Okay. Which is what?
Yes, it's either Doom or mutants, or mutants and Doom.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I was
think
thinking. It's either
Doom is
mutants
somehow
and
involved.
Doom or Doom and mutants. But it's
Is
going
that
to be
what's
some
current?
sort of weird. It's going to be with some sort of weird mashup of like, just the title itself, New World Order, and the year that it's coming out. They're going for it. It's the election year, and it's Captain America New World Order. Like
Not to mention you got the Thunderbolts coming out
anything
right after
that's
it.
going to be released before just in the beginning of November, or just maybe just before, like maybe in the summer then.
What's that? Captain America?
Captain America, yeah. I bet it's gonna be very
the
close
date's
to,
right
like-
there. The date's right there, May 3rd.
Oh, May 3rd.
Yeah, July 20th is Thunderbolts, so it seems like they're tying those two movies very close to each other.
Yeah,
so it feels like they're
Thunderbolts
extremely.
too. That one's going to be interesting too.
Yeah, it feels
And
like
it's
that's
so
going to be connected
soon.
somehow.
It's so soon. It's 2 years. It's like
Yeah.
for us that's nothing. It's like
Yeah.
that this is all so crammed in. It looks like a long list. Like, oh, that's the next 5 years or whatever. You're like, no, this is all happening in the next 24 months.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're like, wait a minute, what?
WandaVision feels like yesterday, and that was like what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
It's really like one every other month.
Yeah.
I mean, one every other month. I mean, it's you know.
But with the shows running a month long each, you really get almost no break.
Yeah, it's just gonna be.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, Secret Invasion is the movie or the series? Wait,
series.
So Secret Invasion is the series. Echo is the series. Loki is the series. Blade is the series. Is Ironheart the movie or the series? Oh wait, is Blade?
Series.
Wait, is the Blade the movie or a series?
Blade's a movie. You can see which is a series because it says Disney Plus under it.
Oh, gotcha. Oh yeah, okay, I see. All right. Oh yeah, of course. MCU. Okay. So yeah, Ironheart, and a lot of people are not that interested for Agatha, and I kind of am.
Honestly, why does she deserve a solo project? She like Agatha.
Hey, Jason, we're back.
Powerful, but she's just there.
Yeah,
like, she's another super powerful old witch. I don't know why she needs a solo project.
I mean, maybe she does, maybe she doesn't, but at the same time, I'm kind of excited. I thought she played an amazing character and an amazing.
I'd rather have Howard the Duck. Just give me if you're gonna get something weird offbeat, give me Howard the Duck.
Yeah, so as Liam says here, yeah, more movies means more content, so more subscribers and viewers are coming this way. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's, of course, it's always going to be that. But so, Jason, we're just kind of recapping over last week's. What are you most excited for, Jason, out of all these shows, movies of the next phase 5?
I'm looking forward to the movies like Ant-Man, Guardians, and Loki.
Yeah,
mostly. I guess I'm mostly looking forward to Loki and that Captain America looks interesting.
Those are the same ones. Yeah, it's the same ones that I was saying.
Yeah.
But like, Blade. Dude, every time I look at one, I'm gonna be probably pretty excited as they start coming out. You know.
That's it. I mean, I'm actually excited for Ms. Marvel or the Marvels right now. So
Ms. Marvel's gonna be cool.
It's hard to judge looking at all of them because you're thinking of all of them at once. It's like, oh man, which one do I want to watch? But they're gonna be spaced out, so we're probably there's gonna be hype.
Yeah.
No matter which one's coming out, if they continue to.
So comparing it to this last, it's interesting. There was some good stuff and a certain amount of lacklusters as a new phase.
I thought this had more variety. I thought this had a little bit of everything. You had something with magic, something a little more grounded, something with espionage, something with multiverse, something with the Eternals. You had
I did like that. Yeah.
Shang-Chi, you had Hawkeye. Each thing was a little different.
Yeah.
The new is just going to be, just a homogenous Marvel feel.
Right. Well, we don't know yet because
I know we don't know it, but we don't know that for a fact. I'm just saying, the projects aren't. They didn't announce that much variety between.
Let me see Phase 4 again.
Yeah.
But they really have more control of all of their characters, at this point in time, right? Now they have like more control over every character they have, other than like maybe.
That's true.
A few characters or whatever that they can't do much with.
Yeah, besides the Sony Marvel Spider-Man characters, anyone who debuted in a Spider-Man book or an X-Men comic, they don't really have.
Yeah, I think we can kind of forget Spider-Man in the MCU right now. So it just seems like that,
Probably not gonna see him until Phase 6. Huh?
Yeah. Maybe if they even get
they're doing the Disney thing too, and they said they're going to do more announcements there. So I imagine that Spider-Man would come out at the D3 thing.
Right.
I think Sony's going to announce that.
Yeah.
2 full phases.
Yeah.
Introduced.
Spider-Man's not on any of Marvel slates; it's only in the Sony slates.
Yeah.
Liam thinks all the shows are rubbish except for the films. Okay, fair enough.
Wait till She-Hulk.
Liam, let us know if you want to jump on. We'll send you a link. And what else? And there's of course Phase 6, which
Phase 4 was like meant to just like usher in the multiverse type of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was. I believe when I first saw that slate, I thought it was going to usher in a whole new generation, but it really would kind of being dialed in the multiverse stuff instead of like new Avengers or.
Well, he's still coming out of Phase 4 with a whole bunch of new characters.
Yeah. So
that they've introduced a good amount of people in Phase 4. We're now you can't really say they haven't introduced anyone.
They've introduced them.
no.
They just haven't been in a solid direction. Like I guess Thunderbolts is the direction for a lot of the anti-heroes, but
there just hasn't been an Avengers to unite everyone yet.
Yeah, that's it. I think people are feeling lost that there is no build-up in Phase 4, in Phase 4. But I feel like this is kind of directionally taking us to a new build-up.
The most we've done is Yelena and Black Widow, and Yelena and Kate Bishop.
And Shang-Chi.
Right. Oh yeah, and Shang-Chi and had Abomination and Wong.
Yeah. Well, it's introduced new characters, but we don't see the direction that all these different characters are having to be pulled together.
Do we want another like Avengers thing, or do we want them to do something else?
I think they should get Avengers.
We're obviously getting an Avengers thing coming up.
I know, but
there's
like
other teams in the Marvel universe. I'm surprised they don't try and make something like Alpha Flight something cool right now.
Well, see that they have to
stick
the
Starjammers to replace the Guardians or something like that.
The average person knows the Avengers, and I don't think that
but when the Avengers first movie came out, the Avengers comics weren't.
I know, but now
now
they know. Like when you think of all those like other newer teams that come out, I mean, how long have the comic books already been established by the time they brought on these new teams? The cinematic universe hasn't nearly been that established enough for them to start say, I mean, maybe an X-Force. We got that in the Deadpool.
I wouldn't even call that an X-Force.
But like, there's at least a reference to it,
Yeah.
But the X-Men franchise has been established for decades by this point. And by the time like they branch away, they're going to need a lot more time for that. But as far as like the X-Men brand or the Avengers brand is concerned, they're just going to stick with that until they get everything out of it,
Yeah.
That's true.
Well,
it just lacks the flexibility of comic books, so it's gonna be a while for them to like catch on.
I have a weird feeling they're gonna run with it a little too long and make a few too many characters Avengers, and then they're gonna realize, we need other stuff besides Avengers.
Mm-hmm. As long as each thing works independently of itself, I think it should just be fine. I think that should be the main focus of any phase there.
Yeah, I'm just worried they're gonna like kind of Justice League Unlimited the Avengers and give them such a big roster that they're just an unlimited superpower team, which I don't really think fits with Marvel as much as it does DC.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably what will happen. I'm assuming those Avengers movies will be more of like, if we're doing Secret Wars, they're gonna try to cram in every character they can think of. I know they haven't done that. We're just now getting the street characters. They're gonna put those in and like the different factions, mutants. And then, like, at some point, they're going to bring.
Do we think Frogman will take down Kang?
At some point, they're going to try to like squeeze in like there's going to be one shot where you have like every Marvel character.
Well, wasn't it supposed? It was.
You think they're just going to do that over again, like another End Game? I think they're.
I think it's going to be like. I think it's going to be different. I think instead of the portals, it's going to be all the multiverse characters fighting each other in a big battle world war. With you got the dichotomies of like Jane Foster's riding in on what are those called? The horses.
It's just another oneer.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be just a lot of stuff like that, but it's not gonna be portals. It's gonna be just a planet of war.
We talked about that. It's like how Civil War was in the comic, kind of like just everyone just melee on each other.
Yeah.
And then, they just all get transferred to an alternate universe where they could fight.
So, guys, we've got 8 slots that are supposedly, according to Kevin Feige, they're going to kind of release the names of those final 8-episode movie sections at D23. What are your best guesses? We've got 8 slots to fill. What would you fill them with? What do you think are worth filling them with?
What would I fill them with?
X-Men and Spider-Man.
Mutant something. X-Men, the whatever, X Factor, X Mutant.
Yeah, I would start with
Deadpool 3 seems like it's going. Deadpool 3 seems like it'd be effective.
Then X Corp.
Okay.
And then you could play around with Brotherhood of Mutants. You could do Blue
but
Team
mutants,
and Gold
they could just
Team.
bring in just
but
mutants.
realistically, we've got.
I think that will be one of them. I think
we know that they're gonna. We know that they're
Armor
gonna do
Wars is gonna be in that.
Yeah,
probably,
they'll put another Thor film. I'm sure locked in that time period.
Where does Armor Wars fit in? Then?
It's gonna be somewhere.
Yeah.
Armor
Wars.
Phase 6? Like there's some that they've teased but haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
So we might get a Fantastic Four.
Well, that's already
That's the
there.
first one.
Oh yeah,
That's the first one there. But I don't know. I mean, it seems like they will put in a few familiars. As I said, I'm pretty sure there'll be another Thor film locked in at that point in time. I don't know if they'll start on a new Guardians set of characters in phase.
I think they'll probably do a
6.
Nova film. Actually, I think Nova's pretty likely pretty likely candidate for a film.
Okay.
Yeah, how are they gonna? How's the continuity of the Guardians side of things gonna continue if this is gonna?
They're gonna disband. I think Guardians
disband.
There's enough Guardians in history that they could pull off anyone.
You think they'll just run with Adam Warlock or something?
I think it'll be Adam Warlock, Mantis, something like that.
Yeah, I feel like James is setting up Adam Warlock so it could be continued.
He was on the team for a while.
He's a big deal.
Yeah, but that's
a big deal of a character.
Since he was in the comics for a while, a couple years ago, he just since he was on the team, people just think, okay, he fits well with them easily, but he's such a strong force that he's not like Drax, where he's just like a strong dude. He's like a god.
OP. He's OP.
I think they could replace the Guardians with the Starjammers. I think that's another space team that has very quirky aesthetics and very fun space adventures.
I'd like to see how they continue the celestial, the cosmos Marvel stuff, other than Eternals.
Yeah, Nova. You got. I think they could just do a whole Shi'ar Annihilation movie.
That's the thing. They've officially announced a second Eternals film, so it feels like that's gonna see again. It's like I'm going back to what they've kind of set. Yeah, what they've really kind of set up for be sequels. They've set up a sequel to the Eternals. We know that Thor is going to be coming back. Did they say Doctor Strange will be back? I don't think Doctor Strange will be in that phase.
What was at the end of Doctor Strange? Did they say
said Doctor Strange will return?
Will return. Yeah. Okay, so it means that he'll return. It doesn't mean that he'll be returning as a. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Yeah, but at this point he'll return, but he'll pop in some of these movies, but who knows where he's going to pop into.
It's kind of cool. They're setting up all these proteges for all. So we have our Marvel and their Ironheart coming soon, which will probably lead straight to Armor Wars, right?
I think we're going to get at least 4 of these movies being whether it's a Deadpool or whether it's. Well, actually, I think four of them. Well, I think 4 of them are going to be sequel stories like Thor 5 or what? What are we up to with Thor? Yeah, 5. And stuff like that. I think we're going to get at least 4 reoccurring. I think we'll get Eternals back in there for Eternals 2. I feel like we're going to get all these return pieces, return movies coming back in. What else is there that could pop up in there? I feel like Shang-Chi might also come up as a sequel.
Oh yeah, I hope
but then I think we'll get 4 brand new ones, which would be possibly I don't know, other stuff that we haven't seen yet. I don't know. That's my guess.
Like Armor Wars.
Armor Wars. Yeah. Again, new characters. I should say new characters or
think we'll have like another She-Hulk by then.
Another one? What do you mean?
Or like
another season?
Another season. Like it could be like continued seasons of shows that even haven't happened yet.
I think She-Hulk can get a season
because that's a whole phase before another one, unless.
Yeah,
I
think we'll definitely get a Miss Marvels too because of the popularity, and I think that maybe they might have been holding off because they're just waiting to see what the deal is on that. But I feel like Miss Marvel is another one of those reoccurring stories that will pop up in Phase 6.
You think we'll get another Moon Knight?
I think we're gonna get more street level stuff. Yeah, I think we're gonna get probably something with. I think Jessica Jones is a prime candidate for return. I think she's always been such a likable, asshole-y character that
I don't know. I feel like she might be a tie-in to be Daredevil. To be honest,
might just lump her in with another. I think Daredevil's the main. Everyone's just rides the Daredevil's coattail. Like
I mean, you
gotta admit is the strongest
Daredevil. I think.
Yeah, Daredevil's the more popular. It wouldn't surprise me if they suddenly bring in the other characters. On the side.
Daredevil is such a good rogues gallery. I think there's so many villains that you could probably do another 3 seasons of Daredevil.
Well, when they did the Defenders, they were trying to everyone had Avengers fever. It's got to lead to a team up. That's the only way.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, let's do it for the shows.
Yeah.
I hated to use the name Defenders for that. That's such a bullshit call.
Really?
Defenders are always like a magical team in the comics. Instead, they're like, nah, man. Now they're the street level heroes.
Yeah, and a guy with a glowing hand.
It's because they couldn't accept the street level heroes were a bunch of kids in the comics called the champions.
I'm
a
hoping
dragon in it, dude. A dragon skeleton. We got that.
Oh, really?
That's
I didn't
true.
see it. I didn't get the chance to see the
Oh, you guys
Defenders,
didn't
so-
watch? You didn't watch
You
all
didn't miss
the
much.
Netflix?
I will one day.
You missed Daredevil putting on his hood in an elevator with a camera, as if no one's gonna watch it and be like, yeah. So I guess that dude who went in isn't that same dude who went out.
Man,
Fair enough.
it was it's problematic. It's flawed
Yeah.
for sure. And a lot of those series were like what was it? Iron Fist was rushed.
I feel like Iron Fist is such a hard character to do justice for live action because the idea isn't that he's a whitewashed character, is that he's an outsider in a culture that he generally, people tell him he shouldn't belong in, but he finds a way to adapt and thrive and really live in that culture. But people saw it and like, they whitewashed the character, which was the biggest complaint about the show.
Yeah.
But like I remember when we were working on something, Brent, for Lee, like some of the stunt guys were just finishing up Iron Fist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was talking to him. It was like, yeah, we just finished Iron Fist.
Right.
And I think he kind of gave the vibe that it was rushed.
Right.
And like they didn't have the budget to get what they really wanted.
It wasn't like the rest of the shows.
Yeah, when you cut something that's action heavy, you're gonna get CW level of action.
Right. Yeah.
It's just gonna be like, And
so how do you make his disco costume work in live action without looking a little cheesy?
That
open
that
disco-ness?
deep V. Yeah,
Right.
Get us that deep V, like
enough.
like Nomad.
Right.
We never got that with Nomad. Give us
Fair
that
enough.
deep V, man. I want to see that chest.
Yeah.
Did they ever get close to his costume? What's the closest they got?
I think he
What's that?
puts a scarf over his head at one point,
Hey there, Lord
and then he
Dagger.
takes his shirt off so you see the tattoo.
Yeah.
And so it's such a dated series because like he was off the hype. He was off of that Game of Thrones hype.
Right.
You know, Sir Loras. Like he was like huge at that moment. You know, he used to be a huge star. These guys are like A-list at one point.
Yeah.
Well, he was at least. And it was kind of weird with going back to that and just looking at it as some like kind of dated thing now.
I think from the start, it was good. They had an uphill battle with that show. Iron Fist is like such a
it was forced because they wanted to do the Defenders, man.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we could do a solid like Jessica Jones.
Well, they
solid
wanted to do Heroes for Hire, but they didn't. They thought that sounded bad on paper.
Yeah.
Right.
And they did an all right job, you know, like intertwining the universe in it with like some plot stories of like the event and the the hand.
Right. So getting
Stick was
back
pretty
to
badass though.
I did
getting
like
back
live
to,
action
oh,
Electra.
sorry.
Live action Electra was put in Daredevil was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm the only one that defends that Jennifer Gardner Electra movie. It's awful. It's a bad movie.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But it's still a great movie, but it's awful.
Okay.
Don't recommend it to
It's a
anyone.
great movie, but it's awful.
0 stars. Great movie.
Fair enough.
I did like that the choreography in Daredevil was top notch though.
Yeah.
They really focused on that, and they did a good job with Punisher also.
Right.
Punisher was great in that show. I wish they had more seasons to like really flesh out. Like,
It was kind of redundant because you got his whole story in Daredevil season 2.
I know.
And you get, like this Punisher, and it's just the same.
Very little people know what to actually do with the Punisher. They always think that we're just gonna do the same story over and over and over again, and it's gonna be. It's like I don't know.
Hey, Warzone didn't do it.
It's the same Punisher story every time, where it's like he's got this
Warzone
person
is like
that he's fighting. And it's never gonna end.
It could have just been a cartoon.
Yeah.
With the way. Did you guys watch Warzone?
I did not know.
Oh.
Punisher Warzone. Yeah, that was.
Okay, he rocket blast this guy mid parkour move. That guy who's like flipping between buildings, and then all of a sudden a rocket from a bazooka blasting out into smithereens.
Much like Boba Fett did in Book of Boba Fett when he took out the... You've forgotten.
The what?
Yeah, much like when Boba Fett did in Book of Boba Fett when he used his bazooka and took out the... Anyway.
Oh, yeah. But Punisher did that first.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Just getting back to it quickly, guys. With Phase 5 and Phase 6, any other thoughts at all? I mean, we're going to get more information on D23, obviously.
I feel like they need more female heroes in that slate. Is it just me?
Oh, there's
the one I can think off the top of my head was Ironheart and Echo, and those are both TV
and the
shows.
Marvels.
And the Marvels.
Oh,
the
the
Marvels.
Marvels.
Yeah.
I completely
Yeah,
forgot
at
about the
least
Marvels.
3 of them.
Yeah, I mean, we're sure we're going to end up by seeing all these other side characters, come to the fold too. Do we think we're going to get the young Avengers?
I think we're probably going to get Young Avengers
become
movie after.
part of
I think they're going to call it the New Avengers.
Okay, all right. So after
they're really kind of
Phase
riding
6
the Jonathan Hickman train right now with the whole Kang Dynasty. Well, Secret Wars Kang Dynasty wasn't his, but they're.
Yeah.
I could tell they're already kind of going to use his ideas from his Fantastic Four run for their basis of what they're doing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So since Kang, Kang Dynasty, he's he's playing a lot with time and alternate.
Yeah.
He's going to gather all the Kangs. He's going to gather all the Kangs from all the different dimensions and times and just.
I have a feeling that I have a prediction that instead of an Endgame type of battle, it's just going to be a really elaborate Bill and Ted style time fight. It's you didn't do that because I knew you were going to do this, and then you're in a cage now.
Yeah.
It's
I feel like if Secret Wars
is in the cage.
Yeah.
If Secret Wars is done right, it's not going to end in a fight. It's going to end in a really complex conversation about thoughts and ideals.
Really?
But that's all right. I mean, we should
that's better in
doing
some cases.
Right.
Same thing that we've been doing in the older phases. We got to move on from.
Right.
If everyone's expecting another Endgame portal situation, no, man.
Yeah.
We did that already.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. And so, I'm just trying to imagine what this final climax is going to be like. That's what's exciting.
I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to see universes literally colliding into one. And you just see Earth and Earth and Earth. No, just like conversion, just
like Dark World, just like the convergence.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, maybe that's part of it. I mean, maybe that's an element of an idea kind of thing.
Dark World gives us a good portal,
man.
It's a good portal fight.
Yeah.
Wars.
Yeah. I'm just multiple infinite Earths in the atmosphere in the surrounding. Would be kind of an interesting thing.
That was the whole idea of Secret Wars. Was the idea in DC they had the infinite Earths that were all separated, but his idea was what if they all collided against each other and they all had to fight on this battle world to survive.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to do some cool, crazy multiverse stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're gonna definitely set up the multiverse and a few other projects a little more successfully than they've been doing because they've just been kind of shoehorning them around and using them as disposable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they start showing that these people have lives and wills to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do a solid story and still have all the connective tissue there and stuff like that. It's always going to be a challenge, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, my biggest problem is just them using multiverse characters as fodder, and they just seem to have no will to live. They're just in Doctor Strange. Reed Richards basically went up to Wanda and was like, "Kill me, just kill me. I'm right here, murder me."
Yeah.
Well, that was I look at that as just a throwaway universe.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like. I don't like these throwaway universes. I want them to be a little. I want them to
have. Yeah, I want them to have some weight.
Yeah.
Maybe some consequences from. This stuff.
Yeah.
It was frozen for a while.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. That's why we haven't heard much from Elijah. Okay.
I keep seeing memes about people 838 Wanda has to deal with the consequences. I'm like, well, it would have been dope if we got to see a little bit of that, so we get to
Yeah, or good luck getting there.
It's the same as when we
how else are they going to travel interdimensionally?
Well, that was the same thing when we saw in Doctor Strange when he jumped through the multiple universes. We only get a split second in these different multiverses.
We really didn't travel into that many multiverses in that movie, and there was
no.
I don't know. I really kind of wish we got a little more multiverse adventure in that.
Yeah. It's what we were expecting, but I don't think that was the plan.
Yeah.
The most you get is just
eventually.
jumping into one of them. But I mean, they just introduced it, and I guess we'll start seeing it. We got a good amount of it in Loki. That's where I got my joys of the multi.
Right.
So, interdimensional travel, because he actually goes to all these different places and actually gets to hang out there for a bit or gets stuck there.
Yeah.
And so like they did the
go
jumping
to the Fox X-Men universe and then realize he can't get back. He's stuck there.
Yeah. That's what's good about the Loki show, and that's why I'm excited about it, because we get the multi-dimensional travel that we could have got and wished for.
Yes, Liam. we didn't realize.
No.
I knew he was.
I was looking at him. He looked pissed off.
Yeah, I was like, is he really mad or is he just frozen?
Yeah, because he was like mid-frozen, like.
It's like tap tap tap.
Then I noticed he wasn't blinking, and I was like, I'll probably click back in a sec.
Fair enough.
Did you guys see they have like on set footage of Loki season 2 being filmed?
Yeah, really? I saw that.
I didn't see the photos.
There's like Sylvie's wearing like a McDonald's uniform from the 70s. She's like
at
McDonald's or something.
Okay, I hadn't seen that. Interesting.
Yeah, it's just some leaked set photos.
I'm excited to see where that goes for sure. Now that we got you back, Jason, what were your thoughts on ILM? We've watched the first 3 episodes so far, so yeah.
It's good stuff. It's really in-depth stuff that I've never heard or seen before. I like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I overreacted about the potato thing, but I've never seen like an official person from ILM in an interview actually say it's potato. I've only heard that from people.
Yes, you did overreact. But yes,
what is I just didn't. I don't know. Maybe I missed an interview or something.
It wasn't a myth or a rumor. Yeah, they actually did get potatoes. But think about it though. How cheap is that? Just to stick a potato on the end of a stick and just.
No, I understand that. Yeah. That's why. That's the whole point. Like, I understand it.
Yeah.
What was this for? I don't remember this.
When they're doing, I think
the asteroid field.
The asteroid field, and a guy was talking about sneaking in a potato.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's stuff like that. Like, like just growing up with Star Wars and being a fan of Star Wars, you come across that information and stuff like that. And it's I mean, I'm just using that as an example where like watching this, they're just confirming all this stuff that I've
Hey Elijah, welcome back.
I don't know, Mike.
Just heard word of mouth growing up.
Right.
And it's nice to get some confirmation. Like, for example, the potato.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could cite another interview where they've already like established that there was a potato, I'd be happy to see that, or a link.
Oh, I read it in books years ago, but that's cool.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
But it was never said in an interview with an ILM guy, right? Like I understand that we know about the potato, but I can't cite anywhere where they actually confirm it from like a guy who works at ILM.
One day we'll have to watch the making of The Empire Strikes Back, and
did they say
they mentioned
Star Wars for Jedi, from Star Wars to Jedi.
Star Wars to Jedi.
Kind of like
if you guys could cite your references, that would be great, because I would just that was just why I reacted to it.
So research for Jason next week on potatoes and asteroid fields.
Yes.
Sorry, Elijah.
That and it's just cool seeing like people. Creatives like similar to us just are the ones that started Star Wars, you know. But then it also like, just got me thinking of like who are those people?
Oh yeah.
And a lot of them the people on the bleeding edge of things, it's mostly just like, programmers and 3D designers.
Yeah.
Like that is the leading thing, like the equivalent to what they were doing with like the tracking cameras and the model building. Today, if you were to look at the people in those positions right now who are on the cutting edge of that, even ILM themselves, it's purely digital.
There's certainly
that's it.
There's a lost art starting to come in with miniature building and stuff like that. It's not being handed down like it used to. I ended up by working on a project about 2 or 3 years ago, and the guy who was doing some visual effects stuff, actually it was for one of Lee's projects as well, he did some visual effects pieces, like little remote detonator thing, and he basically said that, we were having a conversation, he was saying, the youngest of their generations of the people that they have been working with are no younger than 50 years old. People are just not invested in either teaching or passing on the knowledge to the younger generation, because it is a somewhat dying
Well, you got to consider the people who actually learn about this stuff have the want to learn it. And if you're lacking the need to learn it, you're never going to find out. So it's up to whoever wants to know it. And absolutely, you're just excluding people who appear to not be knowing this stuff, but there's still a good amount of people out there learning the old type of stuff. Yeah. There's still a lot of people building
but there's not the output to
it's because it's not cost effective these days to do things that way anymore. But you're going to get some good combinations of that stuff.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like say in Solo when they're robbing that train. Yeah. They're and like all that stuff, all that coaxium, whatever explodes, and you get that crazy explosion. Yeah. That was half practical. Yeah. And so like they get like they're starting to understand like the strengths of both worlds, but like at the cutting edge of stuff, it's a lot of digital stuff and a knowledge of like
find somebody at Pinewood. I'm sure there's people out there that would learn to teach you. That's for sure. Because people at Pinewood, well, mind you, that's the hard part is getting into places like Pinewood Studios. They keep it all internal. They don't usually hire outside people, which really sucks.
See, but that's
that's one of the reasons why.
Yeah.
Because these guys are just like kind of holding it to themselves. You want to be like the master of your trade.
They want to pass it down because they know they're getting too old. They basically say we want to retire from this, but we've got no one who's willing to learn, properly how to do this stuff.
I mean, I'm sure there's definitely a lot of people who want to apply, but I'm sure they have to deal with a lot of people who don't know how rigorous the industry is and try to think it's going to be like a fun hobby when it's a career.
And it's not like these masters are the easiest people to work with either.
That's the other thing.
I hear a lot of stories about like working for like a great person who's a prolific artist in the field. Yeah. And you learn that they're just an asshole. And then they have problems finding people to work for them because of that. Yeah. But that happens, they're only people. Yeah. But like what's holding people back is the need to learn that stuff. And if there's no need for it and there's no demand for any type of practical stuff anymore, it's just going to dwindle out. And I mean, look at digital photography. We have no need for blimp camera covers anymore. Right. That guy was making sure he was the only person making those things. And look what happened. Yeah. Technology just continues to happen and you just become obsolete. Yeah. Like film too. I mean, you got the artisanal filmmakers going through the trouble of you filming with film and dealing with like the pain in the ass that is to do. Yeah. But you don't have to do that. And if it gets in the way of whatever story you're trying to tell, then go with the more contemporary route. That shouldn't matter in your storytelling. It's just a matter of how you use your craft.
Totally. Yeah. Anyway, what other?
And that was my TED talk. Thank you for.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry. It's art school habits, guys.
That's cool. Apart from that, I mean, this is a pretty quiet week. Not much in the news specifically this week, but we're at nearly an hour and 20 minutes at this point. So I think we might end it off pretty soon, guys.
Yeah. What I was leading to is that's why I decided to finally just start using Blender.
Fair enough.
Because September is coming around, and then there goes my like membership for SketchUp.
Gotcha.
And I think it's time for me to part ways with that program. I've reached my limits with it, and I need to move on.
But reaching your limits doesn't mean that you still don't need it. But anyway.
I'm gonna try to do everything. I gotta. That's the only way I can learn SketchUp is to totally ditch that.
But was it you saying to me, or somebody else was saying to me that both Blender and SketchUp are two different mediums? Blender is like if you try to do something.
Yeah, I told you that.
You said that
but that was just from what someone told me, and I did my further research.
Right. Oh yeah.
Because I've reached my limits to what SketchUp can do, and I started doing research on Blender. Which it's like, dude, gotta start using Blender. Yeah. You can do so much that SketchUp can't.
Oh no, you can do so much that SketchUp can't. But is it like you did say
it's as cohesive? You could see, but that was just based on what someone told me.
Right, gotcha. Yeah.
I went and did the research. Is what I'm getting to.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I did the research, and I learned that you could get the accuracy that you need, especially with the way I use SketchUp.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm not building houses, man. I don't need to do that.
No,
you could do that on here, and I think
sure.
if I just focus on that, it could get more growth, and it could lead to bigger things and more. But it's like deciding to pick between Maya and Blender, which are the industry standard stuff.
Right, gotcha.
I just need my robots to exist in another realm other than 2D Photoshop files and PNGs. I need them to be existing in a world that could be brought into like an AR kind of world, you know, or like, you know, like get it ready for Unreal Engine, you know.
Yeah.
You'd be able to see it on the what's it called, the volume. See, that's what I want to work with. I want to work with something that I could create assets that are compatible with something like the volume or more industry standard stuff. And I think Blender might not be exactly that. I might need to, if you want to do that, it's probably Maya would be the best thing to do because it's already integrated into the industry pipeline.
Yeah.
But I guess Blender, you could easily like, it's close enough, I guess, that for any independent filmmakers or creators, it works perfectly. But I'm advocating it and stop paying $500 a year for SketchUp, and I think Blender's the way to go, guys.
Yeah. Well, jump online and teach me.
Yeah, I could try.
You try. No, we started to, and then it's just a matter of I just needed more time. I'm a little slow when it comes to new things like that. So, anyway, guys,
I could try to teach you.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Hang out this week.
So anyway, we're at an hour 20 minutes, and everyone out there in chat, guys, thank you so much for joining us. And as for you guys, thank you. We will be doing, I guess, we'll drop our reaction videos, more of them this week for ILM. For the final 3 episodes. We've already dropped the first 3. If you haven't checked them out, please check them out. Then, we'll do a reaction video, I'm guessing, to Star Wars Lego Summer Vacation, probably on Friday sometime. Just because it's Star Wars Lego.
Might as well do it while summer.
That's it. Yeah,
while still
around.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. While we've got summer left, yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and we will catch you all later.